All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Constructing Future. Today, I have here Manuel Molinero from Concrete Design LLC, and I'm very honored to have him here, and I'm very excited about this episode. So, guys, stay tuned because it's going to be a great episode, and welcome, Manuel.
Thank you so much, David. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm excited to be here and excited to share the story and everything we're going to go through.
That's right. That's right. So let's start from the beginning, Manuel. You told me that you are from Cuba, correct?
Correct.
And you came here when you were five. So you told me you are from Cuba, correct? And you came here when you had 5 years old, correct?
Yes. Yes. Came when I was five. Actually came in the boat. Came in the boat over here. Took a
Wow.
2 day journey. Had to stop, I think, in Anguilla. I think that's what it was at. We had to stop there, and then we ended up coming in by Fort Lauderdale. So that was still when it was like wet foot, something like that. That lock. So as soon as we came in here, it was very nice.
Wow, what a story. I can't believe it you tell me that.
My dad
So
My dad was the head. That was my dad's fourth time trying. First time with me, my sister, and my mom. Yeah.
wow. So how's that affecting your life currently that you are right now and the person that you are currently?
I think that is probably the main reason why I see like my hard work, how it comes about, because of those rough beginnings. Just knowing where we came from, what my dad sacrificed to get over here, and then starting your life over here. It's not just coming over here. Then it's actually working, having a business, seeing my dad do it by himself. You know, just make that helped me stay humble to home, staying well grounded all throughout my life, from childhood all the way through college.
I love that. I love that. And I can relate a lot because I'm originally from Italy. I didn't come here with a boat, which I was lucky. But still, I came here with nobody. I didn't have any family. I didn't speak any English. So I
Mhm.
can relate a lot about that. Like coming to a country that is new, that things that are different compared to back home, you were very young, so I'm imagining you don't remember that much, and pretty much is most of your life you live it here, but still it's I thank you for sharing that story. I love it.
What part of Italy? I've been to Italy a few times. Love Italy.
In the northwest, close to Torino, in between France and Switzerland, Mont Blanc, the pan.
Yeah.
That's where I come from.
Wow. We went to Switzerland too. We were there by I forgot the mountain we were at. But that big one. I think the candy bar.
The candy bar.
Yeah, there's a candy bar with the Mount Switzerland mountain. Very nice.
Nice, but yeah, I'm from there pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah, mountain and snowing, but it's a small like village of 2,000 people, So I
Mhm.
say there is always like something bigger for my life that I want to do it, and that's pretty much why I came here to the United States. So okay, so start your journey, went to school, went to college. Your dad, you told me that it was the one starting the business, and then you pretty much took over. So it's like a family business. So people that are in business with your family and family members, how would you suggest to work? Because that's a very important topic that I want to touch. That is not easy to work with family.
It's not, but it's something that you do have to develop over time. So it doesn't just happen, right? So me coming into the business, not knowing much about construction whatsoever, and then slowly transition to into that role of just CEO, technically, just running the whole operations, the whole sales side, and then just having my dad taking care of the being their project manager. It took a while to get to this. There's a lot of ups and downs. There's still times where you have to understand, like, if he's there on site and he's seeing something that you're not, it's better to hear him out and go based on what he's saying, and not something that you might want it to happen. So there's a lot of understanding back and forth to be able to make it work, because if not, it won't. But as long as there's respect between each other, especially between the dad and the son, and we have my uncle also in the company, and then as long as they see the chain of command, they know where it's coming from, and that's respected, I think it's impossible for a family business to fail.
Nice. I love that. I think you touch a couple of great points right here. You say chain of command. So have clear responsibility, rules and responsibility and position, and don't overstep. That's what I got. Like if he says that this is what he see, this is what we need to go for it. Like just respect his decision,
Correct.
um, because he has a lot of experience. So you don't overstep on the top of him.
That's how problems start to occur, not even within the family, but also within clients, because you're not on the same page. And then it goes, but they told me this, and then you're telling me that. So it's always good to make sure you're communicating, being respected. What's the decision being made? It's it's a very good dynamic that we have, I might say.
I love it. I love it. I feel you create something very great, and I see it. Like you project it to me, even though we know each other for like very literally 10 minutes, 15
Appreciate
minutes, so I see that that culture is very positive and a very positive environment, and that's super important for me, my clients, and the people that I see around. If I don't feel good, i I not even want to have it as a client or having around. That's how I preserve my energy, and the energy of my clients is very, very important.
it's a big difference when you're working with with a client that you want to work with, and not just getting the client to get a client.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
then you also show that through social media, which we might touch on this, but if you show that through social media, a lot of more clients are gonna be wanting to go with you than that other contractor.
Hmm. Yeah, I see how. Let's talk a little bit more about that. But I see how you're doing it different. Like you share your stories, you share like not just sending picture or post picture. You actually go way deeper and show the journey of doing some of your project. And I see you doing a great job of it. So I want you to give some tips of. Dear, the audience are gonna be a construction services company, any type, like from HVAC to concrete people to landscaping people, pool people. So everybody in the construction services business that is doing it right now and is venturing on social media, what suggestion would you give it to them?
I'll say first and foremost, like don't be shy in putting yourself out there. Don't be scared in putting yourself out there. At the end of the day, it's you yourself and your company. No one else is gonna care for it, just like no one else is gonna care for anything that you do in life. It's just you. So if you take that out of the way right from the start, that social media just opens up right from the beginning. So that's what I had to get into when I first started. I was just like you said, just posting pictures, little videos of the process. You see more of how that job is actually being done back in the days when you could see my Instagram. Now you see more of me, more of my workers, what we're doing. It's a complete dynamic once you take that out of your head. So that's number one, 100%. Don't be scared. Don't be shy. Get yourself in front of the camera. At the end of the day, a client is going to want to go with you because they see you 24/7. Then why see company who they only see the pictures of? You know?
Yeah,
Um, Other than that, I'll say be creative. Don't be scared to be creative. If you see there's a bunch of funny videos that we have, I have an amazing social media team. They're pretty much they handle most of that for me. They come up with funny content. If I have any ideas, I'm gonna buy them, and then we go ahead. I show up, and then we just do the shoot. I'm not scared of trying out anything. So if they say do a dance, you gotta do a dance. That's what's trending. That's what it is. So don't be
mm,
scared. Again, goes back. Don't be scared in front of the cameras. Make sure you have a creativity process of whether you have a team or whether you're doing it by yourself. I did it by myself for a very long time. So it's vice versa. You could do it. But make sure to be creative. And I'll say, don't be scared. Don't be shy. Be creative. It'll
I
work.
love it. Great tips, and I'm completely with you on that. So let's talk a little bit more. Like you came into the business 3 years ago, you told me, and right now you guys are doing very good. How you see in the next 3 to 5 years going your company, um, and where you see yourself?
Yeah, yeah. 3 to 5 year company wise, I mean, I'm projecting to do very big numbers, very very big numbers. Just as an ambitious soul that I am, just what I want to do. Um,
What
so
are those numbers? Throw him in there.
numbers. I mean, we are looking to go over the 1 million mark this year, for sure. We're already on pace for that, and then after that, probably by next year, hit the five. Then
Nice.
yeah, I'm pretty sure after you hit cross that 1 million, is just putting systems together, making sure everything rolls. I'm more than positive we'll be able to get to that 5 mil by
Hmm.
next, and then God willingly, 3 to 5 years. My pops is out of the business. He's more in a just consulting role, just overlooking the business. We have a lot more people, crews going on. Just a self-running construction business. just pretty much, but still with that family whole setting of
I
like
love
that
it.
one. I still want to be in the company involved, whether it's on the day to day videos, whatever it is. I do 3 to 5 years. I'll still be involved in the company for sure.
I love it. Always important to have that clear vision for
Yes,
yourself and your future.
yes, you have it right there on the board. It's right on the board.
It's right on the board. You
Yeah,
look at it every morning when you have those problems and those issues arise, because it's not going to be a straight path. We know that it's a bumpy road. And
Mhm.
sometimes you have those days that you don't feel like you want to push through. But always important for you to look at that vision that you just say.
100%. And this, I believe, seeing. So, I mean, I read my goals every morning. It's just something that I've been doing for 2 to 3 years now. And it's just, I can't say 2 to 3 years the company has grown what it has. Uh, it's it's been a game changer for sure.
Amazing. I love it. And thank you for sharing that. Some of the people, they don't believe on the power of writing down the goals and have that vision, but I'm telling you, it works. I do the same every morning and night. I write down my goals, and that has helped me keep focusing and keep continuing pushing on the things I want in life. So that's
I,
great.
I agree. It's a great exercise to do every single morning, especially if you want to do just any task consistently. Read your goals every morning. Start by
Yeah,
something small. I mean, it's not that hard to just take out your notes, read your goals, and then just if you could do that every morning, you can start going to the gym, you can start building a business, stuff like that, for sure.
yeah. I love it. I love it. Yeah, it's good. That's good. I mean, you told me about a little bit about your vision. You told me a little bit about your goals. Now, let's talk a little bit more about. Well, we talk about family. We talk about social media. Um, let's talk. I have a question that I always say to every person that comes to this podcast is what problem concrete design is solving that nobody else does?
I would say simple question. I mean, simple answer to that question is actually the one-on-one communication with clients. I feel like anybody could go out there and do a construction project for you. I strongly believe that almost every other company in Miami could do a very good concrete driveway for any client. I believe that the process of getting to that project being complete is not right. It's not done properly. There's a lot of bad being done to clients beforehand. So once an actual honest contract comes through, it doesn't happen. So I think communication is the key thing. Being Communicating from point A to point B, point Z, all the way until once we get the permit approved. If you tell the client everything, all the guidelines from the beginning, when little hiccups pop up along the way, which is impossible that it doesn't happen in construction, it's impossible. Once
Hmm.
a hiccup does come up, they're gonna be understandable because you explain almost all what could happen, the permitting, how long would the permitting, stuff like that. Once I'm not available, my assistant Brandon's available 24/7 if I'm not. So it's like you're always getting somebody in the office or somebody from our company, while that other contractors out in the field can't answer the phone, they never answer, the permitting takes, stuff like that. So I think communication is what separates us, that we're solving for probably, you know, all of South Florida, and hopefully eventually, we are a general contracting company, so the goal is to eventually expand furthermore.
I love it. I love it. So you would say that communication is key and is one of the core values that you have it in your company that are super, super important for you. And I agree. Without communication, like nothing gets done and nothing gets done properly. And then you create issues with the clients and it's gonna be a chain of
Yeah.
problems that you create. I love it. I love it. So now you told me a little bit more about communication. You told me about the vision. What are the challenges that you're facing right now in 2025 in your company?
Some challenges, I'll say, just, man, going back to something with the clients is the permitting. It's not like I'll say something specific that my company, I think every company faces this. Just dealing with permitting is always, it becomes a longer process than what it should. I bet,
Hmm.
you know, there could be a lot of more things that could be resolved within one review section than another. So I feel like that's a problem. We find ourselves, going 6 months deep into a driveway permit, you know,
Hmm.
just
Hmm.
back and forth, waiting 2 weeks for a review, and then you miss a little signature here, and then
So
I,
let's recap from here. So you were telling about the permit and having some delays on that side, especially Miami. For the audience here, is going to be nationwide, and some of the people they don't relate to that, but Miami and Miami-Dade and Broward are very very strict. The Florida in general are very very strict on the regulation about permitting and the process to go through, and sometimes I feeling is a little bit like arbitrary, not really systemized. So the people that each reviewer has his own thought and read the codes in a different way than the other one, and then so it's going to be very hard and challenge to like making a standard procedure
yeah,
to actually go through that. Am I correct?
you're very, very on point. You're on point. You're on point. You're able to get it down through some cities here down south in South Florida. There's some cities that already what they want.
Mhm.
Just some that just how you mentioned, this reviewer might get it that day, but then the next day is a different reviewer, and now that same might not work. Is they interpret it differently for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah,
it goes it down not only for us, for the client. There's some clients that won their project yesterday. It's like I can't. I'm licensed. I'm insured. We have to a certain
yeah,
process.
yeah. So how you doing with some people, and I had it in the past, oh, but just do it without permit. How is your response when we say something like that?
It's tough. It's tough because you wanna run everything through permits, but at the end of the day, it's the client's decision. Whatever they want to do is up to them. I make sure to let them know by guidelines what they have to do, whether they do it with or without permits, like that. If they do get a violation, they go ahead and legalize it. But I make sure to lay down a foundation, everything. It's better to educate the client. Whether you lose the client, they go with somebody else. At least they do it right with somebody else, and then instead of them getting legalized, they got to do demolition. They got to redo the whole thing again.
I got it.
Yeah.
Now you have something in writing because it's a little bit of five line. I know because
No,
I've been through that.
I rather than just do it with somebody else. I rather them just do it with somebody else. I just rather teach them and let them know it's like, okay, if you're gonna do it right. It's better like that.
But
If
let's say is insisting and you say I have this house, I want to do it without permit. Can you do it, Manuel?
No, I can't.
You can't.
Legally, I can't.
You can't because
Legally,
you need to have a permit. Okay.
because I'm licensed. If you're licensed and you're insured in the state of Florida, you
Mm,
legally cannot do a job without permits. If it
mm,
requires,
okay. So you
yeah,
answered to my question.
yeah,
I love it. Stay ethical in your business because it's gonna bite you in the back on the long run.
100%, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. So that's we covered that. So you told me a little bit about the challenge of the permitting side. Um, what the great things that you see in the past like 3 years that they benefit you and the way like your mindset and the way that you apply the things in your business that
What
will be able to grow in the position where you are right now today.
what have I seen or what have I followed? You said.
What you follow, what you have done it to be able to grow and get to the position where you are today.
Yeah. 100% my dad. I know a lot of credit to my dad having that support system there, making sure I know that I get this job. This is the process. Once we're ready to start, final walkthrough, he's ready to go, ready to start. But above, the business wise, just growing. I did have a mentor, Alex Guzman. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's from up there from Chicago. And he's from
Uh-huh.
Chicago. That's a big landscaping business, landscaping expert. I was with him for probably like 6 months to a year. I was on
Uh-huh.
this whole community, very much expanding my mind into what I knew about now construction, how to sell, the process, invest in the team. Don't be scared to invest more into marketing. He's the one that really opened up my mind to investing more into marketing. So he helped me out a lot. Other than that, I'm big into podcasts, into a lot of audiobooks. I mean, I don't really listen to much music other than when we go ahead and the team goes play softball and stuff like that. But other than that, it's just a lot of audiobooks, Patrick Davis stuff. Big into it's motivational stuff. There's not much. There's not much other than I do in business. This is really what I like to do.
I love it. I love it. And I think we can relate a lot with that. Now, I want to ask you, because the audience here is contracted that they want to grow and scale the company, we want to get to the next level. And what I do here in Gaspi, I do consulting for them to
Mhm.
just say exactly what that guy you just say that that guy exactly what he was done opening up the mind of the people that they need to invest in marketing, in sales, in operation if they want to get to the next level. This is what pretty much I do here with my team. Now, how beneficial was for you those 6 to 12 months with that mentor? um,
The first, I mean, I was paying a pretty, at that time for me, $200 a month was a pretty hefty, you know, income. I had just moved out, with my fiance, so it was $200 a month, $200 a month. The first month I saw that it was way way worth way more than just $200, because he started opening my mind to, like, expand marketing, advertising, expand. So, like, once you start hearing this, then you start seeing other contractors like you, in different areas doing the same thing. It completely changed my mind, 360, my game, my field. I completely changed the landscape. I feel like here in like, South Florida, and what I'm doing, I see a bunch of more people now coming out with videos the way that we're doing it. So it's like it's fun to see what could happen. But that was all because of that mentor. He really
I
opened
love it.
my mind to, I owe him a lot. Every time he posts something, I say thank you, or send him something. But definitely awesome.
That's great. That's great. So it has changed your business
Three
radically from when you start.
360. Yeah.
I
After
love it.
after that, it was a completely, it just it expands your mind to what's possible, to what's really out there for things that you don't know how to run a business. Somebody's already done
Mhm.
it. No, this guy's
Mhm.
500K a month. You know, there's people doing that a year. So you're taking those advice, and then you're in the setting, in an environment that it completely changes your mind, and then the results speak for themselves.
Yeah, 100%. Now, let me ask you something, and this is personal. Would
Mhm.
you rather have one-on-one consulting with you and your team, or would you be more to a group with other contractor and everything? Which one would you like more?
At this point, for me, I've been looking for other mentors now, because I feel like it's just something that it's time. I've been by myself for a while. But I don't mind it. I mind either or. For me, it's just I like to learn. So whether it's by myself in a group setting, or a one on one, doesn't matter to me.
I love it. I
Yeah,
love it. Well, thank you for sharing this. And again, it's been already like 35 to 40 minutes. Time fly. But I really enjoyed this conversation, and I got out from you a lot of points, key points, super important. Having a mentor in your life to get you to the next level, to see things that you don't see at the moment. Invest in yourself,
100%.
invest in your future,
A hundred.
having people that you trust. This is what I got. Don't be scary to be out there and show your face and post and market yourself because in the end nobody cares. So these are 5 6 points that I really got out from you, and I appreciate you to being here and appreciate you to share all of those information to the audience. If you guys enjoy, like, just click the link below. We really have a good time here, and I hope you get a lot of knowledge and some value. And I'm gonna see you on the next episode. And thank you, Manuel, for being here on this episode. I really appreciate your time.
I appreciate it, David. Thank you so much.
Let's go.